We do it very slick because we have our 3-day, let's call it a 3-day, right? And normally, if you're doing a split, you can do legs, push, and pull. That means you're going to have 3 triplexes, and each triplex is going to start with a traditional exercise that involves this muscle group. So legs, it would be squat here, lunges here, deadlifts. Okay, push, it would be incline, flat, dips, pull. It would be pull downs, row, upright row, just as examples. And the rest would be unloading exercises for the other body parts. Got it? Okay, so if I'm linearly periodizing on my hypertrophy month, I'm going to go 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, and I can manipulate the sets, start with 2 sets of 10, then go to 3 sets of 10, then 4 sets of 10, and if you want, you can go 5 sets of 8 or 4 sets of 12 if you want. Okay, or a combination, right? You can do a little pyramid, you can do all that. So that's my linear, okay? The next thing is strength. I would keep the same exercises, just lower the reps. I would lower them from 10 to 12, 8, right in there, to 4 to 6. But now, in my power, I would do a traditional with an explosive like this. I would pair up my traditionals with my explosives, and I would do matching exercise. My squat, I would pair up with a vertical. My chest press, I would pair up with an explosive push-up. Got it? And a pull with an overhead slam. So I would pair up my traditional and explosive, throw a third functional in there, and we're good to go. During my power endurance, 50 million ways to do it, but the easiest way is kill the rest. You pair them up, but instead of resting a minute between the traditional and the power, you go straight through. And you can experiment if you're working with certain athletes, you can experiment instead of 5 plus 5, you can experiment with 10 plus 10. It'll work. Now, that's your linear. How do we do undulating? Now, you can't have this, because now you're going to go to total body. Total body each day. Which, by the way, I love total body each day. I don't always do a split. I can do total body each day by taking this and making this one day. If I do this one day, this the next day, and this the next day, that's total body. I can go this one day, and that one day. And that's total body. Got it? So I can take the best of this, and put them here, and do total body. And I love that for personal training, because if you miss a day, at least you get here. You miss a day here, you miss legs, you miss the chest, or you miss the pull. Big stuff. So I kind of like the total body. Got it? All right, so let's get back to my total body undulating, which is the best way to do it. Okay? I'll tell you why. If we do this, you can keep them in a split, but the split will kill you, and I'll show you why. Because I can go explosive, strength, and hypertrophy. Got it? So I'll do explosive here. I'll do a squat, rest a minute, vertical jumps, then I'll do some rotation here or some rehab. Then here I'll do lunges or Bulgarian, split jumps, and I'll do some rotation here. And then here I'll do some deadlifts, burpees, and then I'll do some abdominals here. So I can do explosive, strength, and hypertrophy for my legs, for my push, for my pull. That's one way to do it. Okay? Again, you miss a day, then you miss something else. Okay? The easiest way, and me being a big fan of the total body says you do legs, push, and pull every day. Got it? So I'll take the squats here, I'll take my lunges here, and I'll take my deadlifts here. I'll take my incline, my flat, and my dips. I'll take my pull down, my seated row, and my uprights. Okay? And I can do that. Now, since I want to always do explosive first, this is the way you order things. You always do explosive first. always. And you do your metabolic last. So I would do legs and hips. I would do chest here, and I would do back here. All explosive. Got it? So I've got an explosive triplets for everybody, okay? It would be the equivalent of doing explosive strength hypertrophy. I'm going to do it this way. Now watch. Explosive and explosive on this first one. Then remember, ST, 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 and then you do hypertrophy. Got it? Okay, so if we do legs explosive here, and we do chest here, we can do legs strength here. And obviously we can do legs hypertrophy here. Got it? If we do back explosive, okay, then here we would maybe do a chest for strength, and then a back for hypertrophy. Okay, so the only thing left is, okay, chest, both, and then back. No? Where did I miss it? Yeah, but the back is here. Got it. The back is here and the chest is here. See? If you don't do it, it'll show you you're not doing it right, because you'll have 2 chest hypertrophies or 2 legs hypertrophy. And see, this becomes back. So watch this. So my legs get explosive here, strength here, and hypertrophy here, undulating. My chest gets explosive here, okay? Strength here, and hypertrophy there. Got it? Explosive, strength, hypertrophy. And my back gets explosive, strength, and hypertrophy. Got it? And that way, it's a beautiful thing. You miss a day? Well, at least you got your whole body taken care of. You didn't get back explosive, but you got back hypertrophy, you got back strength. Better than nothing. If you do a split and you miss a day, you miss that entire split. If you do total body, you may miss a characteristic, but you still get total body training. And for a week, for an emergency, it'll carry you. It'll carry you. See what I'm saying? So this is awesome, because this allows you to work in a hybrid fashion. So it allows you to take all the benefits of the hypertrophy and all the traditional stuff that we like, high impulses, central nervous system training, get you used to really exerting a lot of force. And when you're doing that, the best way to do that is with machines, I think. Even machines will outdo unstable training such as barbell squats and push-ups. And bench presses. Why? If I'm looking at just neural impulse, just driving, you are looking at how loud you can scream, how loud your voice or your vocal cords can exert a noise. You're not looking at singing, you're looking at, can I scream across the football field? Okay? That's what you're looking at. The rest of the stuff, okay, is coordination. That's singing high, singing low, singing with vibrato, singing with a raspiness. That's the skill stuff. Okay, so that is all the functional training, all the medicine ball, stability ball, bands, all the specific training. That's all great. But I'm telling you, machines are awesome when it comes time to just develop, to teach people how to exert force. Generating strength is a skill set. People don't understand that. For people who are strong, they go, oh, what do you got? Just push. For you, it's easy. Okay, it's for like a Cuban speaking Spanish. It's easy. You were born that way. Now go to China and ask a Chinese guy to learn Spanish. It's a different ball game. Like they learn Chinese, they're born in that. Ask one of us to learn Chinese, and it's a very difficult language to learn. Well, it's the same thing. Something you're born with and you learn, or you're born with, you do. But if you're not born into that culture, because strength is also a culture, if you're not born into that culture, and on top of that, genetically, you're just not made to produce strength, you can learn it. But the best way to do it is to learn it in an environment where nothing else is required. So that's why machines are awesome. You want to take that to a low level. Machines are awesome for Parkinson's, for peripheral neuropathy, for MS patients that don't have control, but you need the mineralization, you need that stimulus for bone, tendon, and muscle. Machines are the best for the same reasons that they're awesome for this, okay? Because I know that in the functional training world, we want to poo-poo everything. No. Everything has its benefits, The one thing that, thank God, I was always smart enough to do was always to say, this is not the panacea, whatever it was. Even when I did the stability ball videos, I was the first one to do big stability ball videos. I said, this is not the panacea. This is not the panacea. You need a comprehensive program for optimum performance, and that's how I finished every video. Thank God. I didn't tie myself to any one thing because I knew I was taught by Bruce Lee, man. I was taught by Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee didn't tie himself to boxing, to karate, to Wing Chun Kung Fu, which was his traditional art. He didn't tie himself to anything, and that's the guy I learned from. So I'm a lot like him in that regard, and I thank him for his teachings. So this is the essence of undulating periodization, okay? And when you do your total bodies, 1, 2, 3, you can do it. Now, you guys know about our metabolic protocols. Leg cranks, metabolic chest, right? Well, I got hypertrophy. I need power endurance. I got power, I got strength, I got muscle. Where does my gas tank come from? Gas tank area, right here. So if you want to do VersaClimber hits, you can do them here. So you can do traditional cardio. Airdyne assault bikes, 300-yard shuttles, those types of things. Incline runs, if you have an incline trainer that goes up 20, 30 degrees and you want to do 10, 15 second, 20 second sprints at whatever speed you can handle, that's awesome. So you can do cardio here. You can also do our metabolic protocols here. And you can do a combination. What do I mean by meta? All right, I would do the exercise, the meta for this body part. Because the question comes, okay, why don't you do it for the legs? I suppose that I could. I suppose that I could. But the reason I do the hypertrophy is because it's already pre-fatigued. If I do the legs are fresh, because trust me, 5 plus 5 doesn't get you tired. It gives you speed, but doesn't get you tired. This gets you tired, because this is metabolic. You guys know, after a grueling 10 rep, 12 rep, 15 rep set, you're breathing. You're not breathing after a 3 rep set. You're not breathing after a 5 rep set. Especially if you're banging big weights, it's just bang, bang, quick. But that time under tension, that hypertrophy, poof, that thing will beat you up. So if I'm doing chest, I may finish this with 1, 2, or maybe even 3 metabolic chests. All right? And I'll use that as a pump. Everybody that's doing bodybuilding always finishes it with a pump. A pump, what is it? A flush set. A light load that you do 20, 30, 40, 50 times. Sometimes you do it until you drop.